I'm Rick Kaler. Thanks for joining me. Well, I'm admittedly a political junkie. I'm among the fans for whom a U.S. presidential election is similar to football Super Bowl or maybe even better fit soccer's World Cup that only comes up every 4 years. This year, I found a way to combine my interest in politics and my competitive entrepreneurial risk-taking need to occasionally take a bet with financial consequences. I discovered a political betting site, predictit.org. I opened an account last fall. Without a doubt, betting real money added an extra layer of attention to all sorts of political probabilities that I might not have normally been attuned to. You may wonder how much money I've risked in the last year. Thousands? Hundreds? Well, the site's minimum account is $10. Being the conservative risk taker that I am, that's all I was willing to bet. Of course, a lot of the attention goes to the chances of the candidates for president on the site, certainly in the last year. And with Trump as an incumbent, the betting for the GOP primary winner was pretty dull. Not much action there. The Democrat primary, though, was very different, with over 20 candidates vying to be the nominee. I took early bets on Joe Biden when he announced his candidacy, figuring he was pretty much a shoo-in for the nomination and the only candidate that probably would beat Trump. After he placed 4th in Iowa and 5th in New Hampshire, I sold out my position, took my losses. My statistical reasoning was pretty sound, as there's never been a primary candidate that's ever done that poorly in the first 2 primaries and gone on to win the nomination. In hindsight, that was a big mistake. In addition to betting on the obvious races, the site also allows enthusiasts to bet on things like, will Trump self-pardon in his first term? 28 cents said yes. Or will there be more than 9 SCOTUS justices in 2021? 27 cents says yes. I saw my $10 shrink to around $7.70 in early 2020 after my Biden blow-up. Slowly, I had built it back to $9.78 the day before the election. My biggest win came on my call of the vote for SCOTUS Justice Amy Coney Barrett. I placed my pennies on her receiving support from all but one GOP senator, when the prevailing thought was that 2 GOP senators would vote against her. That bet cost me 34 cents to place. I was pretty convinced Senator Murkowski of Alaska would flip, and she did. That netted me a cool 94 cents. My account swung wildly in the days after the election. I had bet that the election would be called on Saturday or Sunday. I panicked Friday morning and covered my bet at 12 cents. Another unfortunate decision, as ultimately the race was called Saturday morning. My fear on Friday kept me from gaining an easy 80 cents or more. Still, as of Saturday, my account stood at $9.82. My biggest angst right now is whether to cover my bet that the Senate would flip to the Democrats. I'm down 6 cents so far on that, but I could lose another 24 cents if Georgia elects just 1 GOP senator in January. You know, prudence says that I should get out while the getting is good. Well, the trepidation, anguish, and fear that my family's watched me experience over whether I should hold them or whether I should fold them on a number of my bets left them just convinced I had much more than $10 on the line. Maybe 2 years from now, I'll put on my big boy pants and up my wager to $50. The $10 that I had at stake gave me far more entertainment over the last year than any $10 I've spent in a long time. With all the angst I experienced over my various bets, my political wagering has also been a great reminder of why I don't time the stock markets where there's real money on the line. And it's not all mine. Thanks for listening.